Oregon Relay. No. No intro at all. It's like fucking Alex Jones on the show. You think I'm a coward? I'll fuck you up, bitch.
I mean, we could just roll into the Oregon Relays if you want. If you want to get it off your chest, you know, like
we'll let it build. Let me. You'll know when I go my rant. You'll know when it happens. Just let it go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 31 of the Coffee Club Pod. We got the whole crew today. Look who showed up to join us. What's up, Carlos?
Not much.
When what was the episode that Carlos was on? Was it episode 3? Probably.
I think it was like the second one.
It was early days.
Yeah.
It was early days.
Yeah, they keep telling me, everybody wants you back. So I think here I am. What episode are we on now?
31. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Make the fans happy. I was also thinking because this comes after the Boston Marathon. It's kind of weird because we covered the Boston Marathon in probably episode 3 or 4 as well. We've covered the Boston Marathon twice now.
We really did, because Harv came on episode probably the first 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Covered the full Boston Marathon. We're back for the spring edition.
And I remember that we did a terrible job at covering it back then. I think this time we're a little better informed, so I think hopefully we can do it better this time. But we'll see, I guess. But before we get into that, we got a bunch of bean shout-outs today. Obviously, we shout out Owen Beans, coffeeclubpod.com, Whitebridge Coffee, check them out. But even probably more exciting than that for us is we got some cool little items sent to us this week. And George, you wanna give the people an idea of what we're working with?
What we're working with? Our good friend Brett sent out some custom roasts. So like they're literally he's named the roast with a description. We got one each. Sort of. Or we just got 3 total.
And the brand is, what is it?
Trails and Tarmac?
Trails and Tarmac. We're not sure if it's just his thing or if it's an actual coffee brand where you can buy them. But yeah, he sent
I'm drinking one of them right now.
Yeah, which one are you drinking?
I think I'm drinking the heavy hitter roast.
So what he did is he wrote really funny, like cool descriptions and gave names to different roasts, very specific for us. So it made us very happy. The first one that I have is the heavy hitter roast. And the description is 60 by 400 on a grass field all alone, going to the well to find another well. Heavy hitters are made, not born. I love that.
That last line is good.
Sick.
That might be a reference to that running book that I talked about at one time. There's a running book, the Trials of Miles one. Once a runner. I think 60 by 400 is the workout that he does in that book. So
I think you're right, actually.
It's pretty epic. But
I think that's like a real workout. I'm pretty sure that rings bells with like Michigan Kevin Solly, whatever.
You think they did 60 by 400?
The Harvard coach. I think they would do like 40, I think.
Wait, what is that, 15 miles?
60 by 400, well, 25 is 10K, 6 miles.
And 12 miles, is it?
No.
Yeah.
50 by 400 would be...
Yeah, it's 15
20.
miles. That's 15, because like 5...
100%.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Per 20, yeah. That's crazy.
You're right. I can't do maths.
Carlos outmassed.
I mean, that's
one of us went to,
I might have just made that up.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've heard to anyone getting to that.
That is epic, though. But, Ollie, you want to read out your bag?
Sure thing. Chicken wing. My roast outclassed. Description. Tasting notes of controversy and rivalry. This roast talks the talk and walks the walk. Not afraid to say it's the best and then deliver. Pretty cool.
Pretty damn good, actually.
I haven't tried this yet, but this will definitely be going in my morning coffee tomorrow. So I'm excited for it.
That's perfect.
I got the hashtag good for the sport roast description. The newcomer that is not swish or stripes, proving that every time they line up, they're not to be fucked with. And that is hashtag good for the sport.
Dude, that's epic. Man, we appreciate this a lot.
Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, thanks,
Brett.
Brett.
That's probably one of our favorite mail items.
Yeah,
for the pod.
Well, this was a big week because as well as Brett giving us stuff, we got to give another shout out to Catherine, who George got to meet in person in Boston. She gave us like the coolest hat ever. Ollie's wearing it right now. It was on our Instagram story last week. I think we'll probably include it in a post, but it's like embroidered Coffee Club and Gus. Well, it's not Gus, but it's a bulldog's face, and it's just so sweet. So we want to copy it
and it's got Gus's name on the back.
Yeah. So, and she also gave us coffee. So thank you very much for those gifts.
It was a good week.
Yeah. Coffee Club Pod did well. What are you drinking over there, Carlos?
I'm drinking All Reliable Dr. Pepper.
20 blend of 23
yeah,
flavors.
yeah, just we're repping the Valley.
Yeah, it is a
Suns
big
in
day
4.
today.
Yep.
Big day.
Chris Paul right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go Suns, I guess.
Is Dr. Pepper a secret recipe? Or is it public?
Yeah, is it like the 11 herbs and spices in KFC
I
chicken?
feel like it's gotta be.
Is it 23 like secret flavors?
Do they actually just blend 23 different flavors and then it's like, oh, that's Dr. Pepper?
I guess.
You tell. I've never drank one in my whole life, so
I think it's something similar to that. For
Yeah,
sure.
like
yeah.
secret.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's secret anymore.
That's true. But whatever it is, it's damn tasty.
I mean, it tastes like cherry Coke.
Probably has enough caffeine in it for like 6 coffees, so it'll be good for
boys
us.
are gonna be ready to go. But yeah, we mentioned it already. What happened that was really big in the running world, obviously, was the Boston Marathon on Monday. George raced on Saturday in the 5K, and there was also the mile that day. I think we'll obviously start off by doing a little like race trip recap for George.
let's do it.
Yeah, let's get into it. The last week we talked about it a bit, and we knew it was going to be a pretty solid field. And I think George was really excited to go race his first road race, the BA 5K, a really cool one. He did point out how early in the morning it was, and it was like 6 a.m. or whatever for mountain time, what he was used to. But yeah, how was the trip, man?
It was pretty sweet. It was definitely very efficient. Left late on Thursday, got in at midnight, ate some Wendy's, as I sent to the boys. No one believed me, but
Still don't believe it.
So don't think.
It wasn't you.
had some midnight Wendy's, and then I got the opportunity to see some of the on corporate kind of team,
The big dogs.
the big dogs from Zurich, like Olivier Bernard, who's the founder of On, was in Boston for the weekend. Flavio, just some old European guys who like run the show. They're pretty epic. And
cool.
so got to have lunch and dinner with them on Friday and jog with one of the guys from Zurich. So that was pretty sweet to kind of be a part of and see what they get up to on Boston Marathon weekend with kind of all the, I don't know, I think all the marathon weekends, I think are big weekends for like all the brands. They kind of all make a big push for like, they have meetings and I don't know what the hell they do, but
I think they party a lot as well.
yeah,
I think
do.
it's a big party and then it's also a big work trip because that's the pinnacle of our sport and everything comes together on those weekends and there's a lot of money involved, a lot of excitement. So it is pretty cool. One of the things which was pointed out straight away was the shoes that you were wearing.
Yeah.
So
should we give a little demo?
Yeah.
I brought one over.
Yeah. If you're watching,
as in, like to the table.
If you're watching, you can. George is holding up the new shoe now, and we weren't sure how much we were able to talk about it because technically, it's not.
It's not out, but
Is
if
it a
you're,
photo? Yeah.
Oh, we gotta.
or is
watch
it
what
just pre-production?
We gotta watch what we say here.
It's
bro.
it's on the World Athletics
Good list.
list
Yeah,
list of okay.
yeah, on the
Okay
good
to
to
go.
go list, and it's also all over the internet. So this isn't really any different.
No.
But yeah, this is what we're working with.
It's
I put
pretty-
it on the day before
Yeah.
for the first time and did a couple of strides, and I worked out in it yesterday again. It's pretty freaking sweet.
It's pretty sweet. I think the week before you racing it, a Swiss marathon around 206 in it.
Yeah,
correct.
did.
So once you see someone running 206 in the shoe,
And Helen O'Berry's been running like 64 in it.
yeah, so
Um,
it's a pretty good shoe.
I think it's going for sale at some point this summer. So if you need a new road shoe and you don't want one of the big ones, get amongst it.
And
It's
it
freaking
looks
sweet.
really- it looks
It's also
really
just
cool.
a really good looking shoe.
It's like super light too.
Oh, it's like crazy
It's insane. Yeah.
I cannot wait because we don't have them in all sizes yet for working out, but I cannot wait for us to have them and just start ripping workouts and then that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, the shoe obviously awesome to get to race in that, but yeah, the race itself, it sucked because I don't know if there was a stream for the 5K.
I think there was like nothing.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
So it was
I
hard to
mean,
see.
Ritz was like up for it, and I mean, I don't know if you guys got up or not, but like it was very hard to follow for anyone. I think even looking up results for a road race, I don't know how you do that, but
Wait, what time was it at?
early. I got up at 5 Boston time, which was 3 a.m. Boulder time. It was pretty whack. I was like, I should probably like eat something, but I was like not hungry at all, and chugged 2 cans of cold brew and eat some oats. And then went for a walk outside. I was like, probably shouldn't shake out. I don't know if you shake out before a race that's already at 6 a.m. But I didn't. I didn't see anyone else either. But yeah, I mean, people were always saying like road races were going to be the vibes, just way more relaxed and kind of laid back. It definitely was. We got to it was supposed to be like a bus to the start line for like an 8 a.m. race, and the bus was leaving at 6:45. So everyone's on the bus at 6:45. So we're thinking we'd probably take the bus down there, like a few minute drive, and then start warming up pretty quickly.
Was the start line, how close was that to the hotel?
Like a mile probably.
Oh, so super close.
Yeah, super close, but everyone was getting the bus because it was early and may as well
yeah.
take your bag and everything down there. And then we sat on the bus for like 25 minutes. So we just didn't leave the hotel until there was already only 45 minutes left. We get down to the start line, have to check in. There's like 30 minutes before the race. So it was taking laid back to another level, it seemed.
That's crazy. Were people not freaking out on the bus?
People were kind of like, yo, what are we waiting for? I didn't even have time to do a 3-mile warm-up. I think I managed almost 2 miles and then had to go to the start line.
At least you're with most of your competitors, so it's like
mostly everyone was in the same boat.
Yeah, we're going to be
So that was
together.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, definitely a different vibe. Like a little bit harder to get excited for. I don't know, maybe you get used to it, but kind of just getting ready for a race, like standing in the middle of the road. And there's like 10,000 regular non-pro people lined up behind us. So that was kind of cool.
That's exciting.
And a bunch of them were shouting out Coffee Club and stuff at me.
Were they actually?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And then I don't even know how there's not enough space on the line for like everyone. It seemed like I ended up on the front line, but I don't really know how. I didn't know if like I deserved to be there. There's people like 3 rows back.
Wait, isn't it like a whole road though? Like,
well,
there's too many
it was
people.
kind of narrow, and the
Really?
field's like 25 or 30 people.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I think that is an interesting thing because that even happens at Fifth Ave. But I know at Fifth Ave they actively place people.
Yeah.
They place a few people based on how good they are, like for the camera, the intros and all that, and then they just say like everyone else just line up how you want.
Yeah.
So it is interesting how.
I wasn't sure
races
if
do
I
that.
felt good about being in the front or not.
Yeah, I think
But
they
then I was
deserve
like,
it.
yeah, I just went and stood next to like chairs and CBT. I was like, these guys, I feel like they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then I had this weird feeling. It was supposed to be windy, but then and when I got up at 5:30, it was pretty windy outside, and I was like, man, this is gonna be kind of a bummer. And then we got down the start line, and it was sunny, and it was actually like beautiful spring morning in Boston, and the wind seemed like it completely died away. I was thinking, man, someone's freaking about to go for the record because it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but as soon as we made like a couple of turns and kind of started on the way out, we were just straight into a headwind. So wrote off the record, I think. But then, I mean, in the race, kind of played out a little bit how you'd expect. Kind of everyone was in a pack, and then a big move was made kind of with just a mile in, by Zuhair Talbi, which maybe isn't surprising. He's like big strength guy, runs 10Ks, loves just grinding at the front. Made a like big move up the hill into a headwind, and only like 3 people went with him. So, and I kind of got left behind. I probably should have. It's weird in a road race. I was way over on the left, like in the pack, and then from the other side of the road on the right up into a headwind, like Zuhair just takes off. He's got like a 20-meter lead before anyone sees him.
Yeah, that's so different.
I was like, damn, like into a headwind? Is this a good idea? I don't know what's going to happen if I tried to like, and then I didn't, obviously.
No, I didn't.
Of course.
I thought about it and I was like, no, it's not for me.
There was not enough people were going. And Chiz wasn't going. And I was like, maybe Chiz is like going to just make some moves later.
Yeah, he makes sense to key off.
A little bit, although he'd just run a half marathon, so I think his legs were just toast.
Yeah.
He's run a lot of road races though, so it's like
Yeah,
a guy with
I was
experience.
definitely keen off him a little bit.
Yeah.
Might have been a mistake.
hasn't he run like 3:49 on the road or something like that, or was that?
He's run a
3:49
lot
on the
of
track.
On the track, yeah. He's run really impressive road races. He's done really well in some of the off-distance ones, like I think the Manchester one. He's.
What's the Manchester?
Mhm.
I think that's a Thanksgiving.
It's the Thanksgiving one.
Oh.
It's just some random distance, but it's pretty tough, and he's like crushed it.
Mm.
But But yeah, so the move goes a mile in, so that's relatively early, and then you're just still
Yeah.
in the pack. What
Yeah,
happened
and then
there?
the pack just kind of, we ended up following pretty much the exact same distance. Once the move was made, we didn't really gain or lose any distance for the next at least mile, kind of back onto Boylston Street, which is downhill, and somehow still into a headwind, the opposite direction. Like, I was getting
one
excited.
of those races.
I was
Oh.
like, all right, if I get to Boylston, it's going to be headwind, or like tailwind the whole way back, because it was headwind on the way out. Get to Boylston, immediate headwind.
Swear to God, you probably felt at home. That's how Boulder is. I swear. Like,
So
yeah, the
every
wind just
direction
goes.
you
Yeah,
go.
in every direction. Yeah.
at that point, I just found the biggest dude in the field, and just ran behind Mason Phillick for as long as possible.
He's pretty skinny though.
I was
Yeah.
big.
Well, tall,
He's
long.
very tall.
Oh, okay,
He's very
yeah.
long, but he's a solid wind
I
block.
should have done the Jakob. The
Yeah,
100.
Yeah.
that'll be good to see. But obviously Mason is an amazing talent as well, so he is a great person
Yeah.
to key off as well.
And he was kind of pushing down the hill, so that was nice. And we actually ended up catching some of that group. I honestly thought I was racing for like 4th place at that point. I thought they were just like gapping the field. It's like, all right, maybe that's just like they're crushing it today. And then with like 800, 600 to go, they kind of started coming back to us, and it was, I don't know, a few of them must have been hurting, and then CPT was feeling the best out of them. And
Yeah, he looked like he had a strong finish.
yeah.
And then the other one with a strong finish was our very own textbook George.
It was almost. I mean, there was still some
It was,
textbook
it was
George.
a very
but-
strong finish. You were just quite far back, probably.
yeah,
from-
all the on people were at like the turn, and they just assumed that I came like 7th or 8th, and then had to tell them later that I
Yeah.
got second.
had to break the news. So
Yeah.
guys, I actually came second. It's kind of a big deal.
I needed 20, 30 meters more road.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Might have been.
who rounded the top 5? So it was
CP,
you.
me,
Tell me.
Zuhair, and then Willie Fink was 4th, and Mason maybe?
Yeah.
Was Mason 5th?
Mason.
He might have been. I can't remember exactly, but I remember. Yeah,
Didn't he
see-
run both? Right.
And then he came back and ran the mile.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
5th
Bold.
in that too, I think. Or maybe he was 6th and 5th. I don't know.
Impressive, didn't nonetheless.
What a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a guy. But it was funny for us because we got up in the morning and yeah, sometimes it's like really hard to find results for races that you feel like should be very obvious. But there was a video posted from probably 50 meters or 100 meters to go, and it just showed you just kicking. It showed CPT had a pretty big lead.
Yeah.
He had the dub like locked up, but then you were just kicking behind, like kicking past the pack that was behind him. It was pretty cool to see.
Definitely it was harder to get the timing right, because once you make the turn off Boylston, you only have, it's like less than 200 meters, I think, to the line. And it's hard to start kicking before you make a 90-degree turn. So I kind of only went after I made the turn, and that was probably slightly too late
Yeah,
as
that's
it turned
fair.
out.
Hey, it's a good
But all
overall good
good.
experience, huh?
I feel like, yeah, I can see how people have run, like how Ben True's run 13:20 on that course, like on a good day, if you really get after it. And he was probably in when he was running 30 nose. It's a fast course.
Isn't it kind of hilly though? Like that course.
Not like it's not steep hills. It's like slightly
Bro,
uphill on the way out,
Hills are hills. Like
and then net down on the way back.
But none of the are any of the big Boston Marathon hills in the 5K course?
No,
No. Okay, so no, there's no Heartbreak Hill in the
no.
5K course. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be cool if they put in the mile. They just
Yeah.
stepped in there for all the races. But yeah, so that was who won the mile. We should probably give them a shout out as well.
Johnny, local
Oh yeah, that was very cool to see.
law student Johnny.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out,
And then
big fan.
the other thing which we mentioned last time was your bet with Ellie.
Oh yeah, that was the main dub. That was the most important thing.
Yeah,
Ellie, was she coming 4th, I think.
yeah.
And then I came second. She was feeling pretty confident too when she came up to me after the race.
Really?
She was pretty sure I didn't get higher than 4th. Had to break the bad news to her.
Yeah. For anyone who didn't listen, what was the bet that you guys had?
Whoever finished higher, or I guess whoever finished lower, had to pay the other person $10.
George just got $10 richer.
nice.
She doesn't actually. I don't think she's paid me.
Oh no.
I think I might have charged interest on that.
Yeah, we got to chase her up. But yeah, so
Yeah.
that was cool. And then unfortunately you didn't get to stay because, as you said, business trip.
Yeah.
Come back here and train. But Monday Boston Marathon. That was amazing. And we actually got to watch it. Ollie didn't because he had to go to training early in the morning, but George and I were training later in the day, so we got to watch it. Pretty damn cool.
Really damn cool, I thought. Yeah, I haven't sat down and watched that many marathons start to finish, but I feel like I watched 90% of that one.
Yeah. And we got to claim our very own Coffee Club TC, Scott Farble, top American. Was he 7th? 6th?
7th overall.
7th overall, 208.52, I want to say. Something in that
in the
area.
50s.
Yeah, exactly.
And just a legend.
Yeah.
Just someone who, like, we didn't talk about this on the podcast. We didn't ask him about struggles, really. But if you look at his marathon career, he popped off, I believe. It was either end of 2018, start of 2019, it might have been. And then he didn't do as well at the trials. And I guess he hasn't really had an opportunity to crush it since then. So to see him back on top, like, as a guy that we were definitely rooting for, that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, the 209 he ran in Boston, and yeah, maybe that was 19. I feel like I'm sure he felt like that was kind of the start of kind of where he wanted to go. And then they ended up, he didn't have as good a performance for the next couple of years, which was a bummer. And I mean, like, he posted, like, his thing was, I'm back. I don't know if he really ever left, but
yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Hey, it's gonna feel pretty cool to post that. Maybe when I race again, that's what I'll post. that'll be my big post. I'm back, baby.
I gotta give him a shout out. He knows how to celebrate post race. Man said something. He tweeted something along the lines of, like, now I need, like, a beer and some Mexican food. So I was like,
yeah. So he was even before the race, he was tweeting at Coors. Because that's a big Team Boss thing. I don't know if it's just a big him thing.
Probably him as well, being from Golden, local.
That's pretty sick.
Was wearing a Coors Banquet hat, I think, in the press conference.
I think they did, like, the actual page, like, retweeted us. They did give him a shout out, which was sweet.
That's pretty sick.
So yeah, he was he's having a good time, as you should after a great performance. And there was a lot of other good performances. I don't know how I'm trying to make our marathon coverage not suck. Again.
Yeah,
because we just
just key moments.
Yeah.
What's a key moment, Ollie, for you?
Personally, Edna Kiplagat.
Yeah.
But I mean, we went from the men to women, so I didn't.
That's fine. That's fine.
All good.
42 years old.
Yeah.
Mother.
Boulder local.
Boulder did well in Boston.
Yeah.
They did, didn't they? Yeah.
Was
and
she
she got fourth. Like,
she was third with only like 600 to go, I think, and then just got caught.
She's a baller, man. She is so sick. Like, 42, man. Like, I don't know many people that have been able to do as well as that, like, duration-wise in their career. So that was a pretty cool thing to see, because we see her at Niwot sometimes, working out, and she's pretty chill, low key person. Like, you wouldn't even know like who she is really unless you were in like fully into the sport. So
she definitely just goes about her business.
Yeah, she just doesn't give a fuck.
You see her on the road sometimes as well, I feel like, and she has a training partner and they just crush together. So that is awesome to see. That is a really good key moment. The top American woman was
also from Boulder,
Is her name
Nell
Rojas?
For the second Boston in a row.
Yeah.
She was top American in whenever that was. October.
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
that's baller.
Boulder versus everyone.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So true.
Also, Rory said that they claim Fobel to be from Flagstaff. No, he's one of us. He's a Boulder guy now.
He's literally from Golden. Like,
that's
pretty local, man. And he's been here for I think he went back to Flag just for a little bit why did he go back? Was it when it snowed here? I think it snowed here. But apart from that, because it's kind of crazy to think that he did his marathon build-up just through a Boulder winter.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's actually insane.
And a Boulder winter isn't that bad, but it snows a bunch, and it is bad weather.
It's definitely not the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, and so I think he did go back to Flagstaff maybe once or twice. Also, his fiance/wife lives there as well. So, yeah, but I think he went back there when it was bad weather a couple of times. But yeah, the rest of it, he was just out here grinding. And also, I mean, obviously, I have a soft spot for Team Boss. It's pretty cool the way they operate with the marathon. Is like it's very that type of romantic marathon vibe where you're just out on the roads and just grinding. I think Joe often joins them on the bike, but it's not like he has training partners apart from that. So he's just out there just getting it done. So that's pretty cool to see.
That's pretty sick.
Should shout out as well Reed Fisher, another Boulder boy.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
Boulder one.
Yeah.
210.
It's huge.
A 4-minute PR about.
Was it 4
I
minutes?
think he ran something like 2:14 in Chicago,
Damn.
and then 2:10 in Boston.
That's legit, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't Boston just that much harder too? Like I
It
thought.
can be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's
I-
definitely
yeah,
slower
I've
than
heard-
Chicago.
Yeah. I've heard Boston's like pretty.
It's way
tough.
hillier. I think.
Yeah.
It also depends on the wind a lot. I was trying to see what the wind was. I think it wasn't terrible. I think it can be really bad sometimes, and sometimes it can be really good.
Mhm.
It seemed like this was more that in between.
Yeah.
So because people have run stupid fast on Boston before,
Yeah.
when the wind is behind you, imagine how nice that
I mean,
would be.
Ryan Hall is the fastest American marathon ever.
It's
Not
204
record eligible.
I think it's like
Record-
204.56.
Wait, where?
in
At
Boston.
Boston.
No
He
way.
just had like a 40-mile-an-hour
Oh.
tailwind the
Because
whole
it
way.
doesn't count because it's point to point.
Yeah.
There's the rules. It has to be the finish line has to be pretty much like next to the start line for it to
I
count.
think it's a mile.
Yeah.
I think it is a mile. Yeah.
So, but that would be
But
so
it's still
fun
cool.
to just have a tailwind for a whole marathon.
Now he's jacked. Sick.
just-
Now he's just jacked.
He's just
Goals.
Yeah, he's just yoked.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Anything else from the Boston Marathon Day that we want to talk about? Now that we're in the midst of it, it's hard to think about what happened. This is where we should probably write notes down. But
CJ Albertson.
yeah, he was out there doing his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he really
man,
was.
just throwing in the surges. We were like, because I remember I was watching. I was like, man's when's he gonna go? You know, like because he tried to go, and I don't know if like he like slowed down and everybody caught up to him, or like everybody else just covered that move, and it was kind of hard to tell. You know, because like he would like speed up, and then suddenly like the pack would like reel him in, and it was kind of like it was this yo-yoing
Mhm.
for like the whole race. I feel like.
Yeah, in a general sense, both races were extremely exciting to watch because the men's race was a massive pack for. I don't know exactly when the big move is, but it
Oh
felt
yeah.
like
Well, I
20
guess that's
miles.
another key moment. I think the top of Heartbreak Hill, 20-ish miles, maybe 21 miles, and then you come down off it, and the guy split. I think 4:26
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
mile.
Wait,
It's
wait.
mile 21, like off the top of Heartbreak Hill, I think,
Yeah.
which is insane.
It is crazy. And they had a really cool camera angle at the time. They had the camera next to the field when he was doing it, and everyone was just sprinting all out trying to stay with him, and he just absolutely broke the field open. It was, I don't know if you guys saw this, maybe you did, Ollie, but on Twitter, actually you could have seen this as well, Carlos. Twitter, I think Sports Center.
Yeah, I was about to
Did
say.
you see that?
Yeah.
They tweeted him, and it was a graphic of him. It was like 4:26 mile 22 of a marathon,
Yeah.
and the comments on it were so funny.
Yeah, they were intense. Like I couldn't even run that for like what is it, like a mile and a half or something?
Yeah,
They're like
it was-
no, like half a mile. Yeah.
There was like
I
a
was
bunch of comments that were like supporting him, like being like, "Yeah, no, you guys couldn't do this." Like, give him credit. And there were a bunch of comments was just like,
Not a sport.
someone asked, "What sport is this?" And someone replied, "Maybe the oldest sport in the world."
Yeah, like, it was actually pretty funny.
What sport is this?
But there were some people actually that were like, "Damn, that's actually insane."
Yeah,
So like,
which
it
I
was-
guess is that's
yeah.
kind of how you have to package it to the regular fans, is make it in a language that they can understand. And everyone's run a mile before, so
I saw
That's a
it.
good
I
way to
did
do
see
it.
a comment that was like, "How do you bet on this?"
yeah,
So like, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
you know how like in the Super Bowl game you can bet on like the Gatorade,
yeah,
what color Gatorade is going to be thrown on the winning coach. If they did betting in marathon running, where
for
it's
Mar-
like,
like
What
gonna-
will mile
Yeah.
22 split?
you
be?
could like
Yeah,
you could like
that's
bet on
sick, yeah.
splits. You could bet on like the hills.
Over- no,
what
over
mile would be
when
the
the move-
fastest?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
Over-
going to make the
yeah.
move, like the first move, like that sort of stuff? It'd be good betting odds.
That'd be so
I'd be
interesting.
wagering
That would
down.
be.
Is there no betting currently on? I guess probably not.
I haven't
I don't
checked.
think so. No.
I just
I
saw
heard
the
about
comment and it gave me an idea of like, well, that could make the marathon more interesting and
'Cause
make
if I'm
people
like-
pay attention more.
Yeah, because if I'm one of the top marathon guys, like I bet on myself and then I just like mess with the pace. I gotta hit the under, you know.
It's sweet to do.
Yeah.
The commentary definitely has to be really good to give people that don't know quite as much enough context to know that that is crazy.
Yeah,
And I think they did a pretty good job.
they did.
I think one of the comments they said was like someone commented on the thing, like the Sports Center tweet that was like, oh, just to put into perspective, one of like my local high school state champion won the mile in like 4:25 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that just shows like this dude ran that 22 miles into a marathon. Like that's insane.
They do a good
Yeah.
job too. Like I know ABC Sport for Australia, a lot of running stuff. They try and make it more general public by putting the average speed in kilometers, because I feel like if
Yeah.
you change
Yeah.
the perception of that, like something per mile or per hour, whatever. Like people look at that and they know what that kind of looks like because when you drive a car, you know how quick a car goes.
Well,
so you can kind of measure that on a
Yeah.
regular person's brain, where it's like a 429 mile. They're trying to figure it out.
well, actually, no. I feel like
426
at
miles.
least to like I feel like the average American kind of has an idea of how fast a 429 mile is because everybody at one point had to run the mile in PE.
Yeah, the average American. But
Yeah,
not the average Australian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said American. Like American coverage, like the pace is actually makes sense for
That's
the
true.
mile because like everybody. I mean, whether you walked, sprinted, or whatever you did, like I feel like every American at one point had to run a mile
Yeah.
or walk
That's
a
actually a
mile.
good point.
That is the
So,
power of the mile here in America
Yeah.
because it doesn't translate back to Australia because if you put kilometer times, if you put the kilometer split, that would mean nothing.
Yeah, it still means nothing.
So,
Yeah.
But then to the American, it doesn't mean you're
Yeah.
kind of trying to figure it out.
yeah,
And-
so you are right. The
Yeah.
mile time is like the best way because people obviously love talking about the mile as well.
Then
Down
how
the
do-
40-yard dash.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in a plane, the guy asked, "Oh, like what sport do you do?" I was like, "Oh, track and field." He's like, "What's your 40-yard?" I said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You should have just said, I don't know.
I don't know.
Should
Should
have
have
said
lied or
second.
something.
Yeah,
But that's the thing, like they probably I imagine the percentage of Americans that aren't really into the sport would probably be looking at Usain Bolt going, "Yeah, but what's his 40-yard?"
it's probably
That is pretty interesting.
It's
I wonder
probably-
what his 40-yard is.
Well,
It's
because he's got a
probably-
shit start.
well, no,
not
that's what
shit
I'm saying,
start, but he's
yeah,
just,
like,
not as quick off
it
the
probably wouldn't be as fast as like maybe some other sprinters, mainly because his acceleration is just
Yeah.
insane. Like
I mean,
so.
Marcel,
But yeah, I
Marcel
could be
Jacobs,
wrong. I have no idea.
Marcel Jacobs and Christian Coleman 40-yard dash. That'd be sick to see.
Well,
What they
didn't
can do.
Coleman run like a four
He did do one at one
something
point.
Oh, really?
419? I don't know. That was like disgusting.
It was speedy.
Yeah.
It was
But
speedy.
How do they cover marathons in Australia? Do people get behind the Gold Coast Marathon or anything? Because when I was talking to my dad at home last week about Boston Marathon, he's like, "Why are you even interested in that? Like the marathon, no one's interested in the marathon in New Zealand,
Yeah,
which is
no,
a bummer."
That's
No,
because you
they
can't
just
run a
like
marathon in New Zealand when
Australia.
you hit water.
You're just doing like 20 laps a day.
You'd be doing 20 laps of the island. It'd be
It's like,
boring
oh,
as
why are they
hell.
still
No,
running?
honestly,
Where are
like
they
the
going?
Gold Coast Marathon is a big deal, but it's not as a big deal as like sea to surf.
It's not. It's not a big deal in terms of
fun runs are
spectator
different.
sports.
Yeah.
Like they're not. I doubt it's on NBC.
No.
Like our equivalent.
It wouldn't be on 7, or maybe now.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to push for it more, but the thing is, like it's suffering the same problem as the American audience, trying to get people more involved, make it more popular, give it more life into the sport because it is such an old historic event.
Yeah.
I think in Australia they are trying to push that, but I don't know the commentary because I've actually never watched a Gold Coast Marathon. I've watched Boston, I've watched New York, I've watched Chicago. But that's because I'm in America.
Wait,
you know,
How many kilometers is it exactly? It's 42 point.
Two.
something. Yeah.
Point two.
So do you see like moms and like joggers in Australia with like this 42 sticker on the back of their car instead of
Well,
like
no, you
26
probably
point-
do.
Really?
I've
Actually?
seen Snapchat, well not Snapchat, it's like Instagram stories of like people saying 42.2.
I think that is a sticker.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty sick actually.
It's a cool number.
It'd be
Yeah.
the same as the mile equivalent. I imagine it's like a significant number for people.
Yep. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
But, yeah.
So yeah, I think the short answer is no one really cares
Right?
in
No one
Australia.
cares.
But
I couldn't tell you what the last marathon
But they're-
was
yeah.
run in New Zealand.
the running
Or-
scene is just a lot bigger here in general.
I mean, the whole city of Boston
Yeah.
was freaking.
Well,
heaving.
this gets into
I
a
mean,
much deeper debate of. I mean, what number was it? It was like 125th. It was or more
126,
126,
yeah.
and I think it's the 50th anniversary for the women, and it's on in Boston.
good history.
It's Patriots Day, I believe.
Yeah.
It's just historic. It's just they love the marathon because it's just been like a center point of their big celebration day for that many years.
There's a lot of good stories that come out of there too. I mean, I saw a couple of stories about people, more survivors or family members from Boston bombing and like them finishing the race and the emotion afterwards. It's like,
Did see a couple of those.
it's great history and it's also cool to see people take the challenge of the marathon because it is a challenge.
Yeah.
I've never run a marathon in my life, and there's all these people going out there and doing it, and it's kind of inspiring. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
a good,
the city.
good feel to
The
it.
city really, really, really gets around it.
Yeah,
freaking
it's
love
awesome.
A lot of reasons. And we should say also, we talked about how cool of a race the men's was. The women's was maybe even more cool because
The
they
finish,
had,
bro.
they had
That was
Wild.
insane.
they were literally, it was
yeah.
literally a kickdown.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Just these two women just going at it. And there was a breakaway a lot earlier in the women's race. And so it was a pack of 3 for most of it. And then
They were just running
2,
side by side.
Yeah, and they were just they were going at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, big kick down at the end, which is always fun to see. So that was exciting to watch as well.
Imagine having to kick at the end of 26 miles. Like you'd hope you
can't.
just like have a lead, but then you're like, God damn it, I still have to
All right.
kick.
Speaking of Boston, what do we think of the new uniforms?
What new uniform?
Which one?
The Nike, the Adidas,
Oh,
Yeah.
like the solid.
I'm
you know.
confused on the.
They look like
what
practice
Nike, I'm confused in
kits.
what Nike's going for there because there isn't.
Everyone's wearing a different color.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
that's what.
it's just a pattern, but it's not even really a pattern because it's just the. It looks like just like the fabric. It's like horizontal stripes or whatever.
Did you see what Grant Holloway said about them?
What did he say?
I don't have Twitter, but someone had like taken a screenshot of it and was like, it was at Ryan Benjamin and Michael Norman, I think. And he's like messing with them because I'm sure they're mates. And it was like, y'all uniforms are ugly AF or something.
Wait, I actually did see that.
Yeah,
it's
then
very funny.
they clapped back at him because they were making fun
Yeah.
of the Adidas uniform.
Did they see like Powder Puff Girls?
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did see someone
pretty
call
funny.
because like there was a shot of women's marathon. They had like the different colors, and somebody said, "I didn't know Nike was supporting the Teletubbies or something because they're like the same colors as the Teletubbies."
Wait, so is
pretty
Adidas
funny.
doing the same thing though? Cause
Nah.
no, well, Adidas has like the white, and then
You're
it
right,
goes to like
actually.
navy, and then there's like the white that goes to like orange.
Adidas
I think
have always
they
been
have like
weird.
3 different colors.
They've always
I
been
feel like.
weird where they have one main one, which this year seems to be the white and the light blue one, but then they have kind of slightly different ones that they give to certain people, and I just have no idea why.
Like Noah Lyles and Grant Holloway usually get different ones.
Yeah,
I will-
get
I
why
think if
they
you're
have
world
them.
champ, you
Yeah.
get.
I will say though, it was a very colorful. You know, like everybody was wearing, even if you're Nike, Adidas, whatever you were. It seems like everybody was wearing a different uniform.
I do like the
Color.
Adidas kit though, the white
Yeah.
and black and blue.
Which
I like the white
The
and blue
white,
one.
the white and blue. Yeah, I like that one.
I don't mind that one.
I like
Stuart-
Scott Forball's jersey.
Oh, that one was
Personally.
sick, Yeah.
He looks
Stuart
good.
McSwain wore that yellow kind of horizontal thing last year, so I wonder if it's similar to that for track.
What, there'll be a bunch of different colors?
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
because I did see photos of people race like training in similar stuff.
Like, would
with
they
different
just give you
colours.
like different colors? And
Yeah,
whichever one you want to wear. You know, like what are you feeling today?
I asked Joey about it, and I remember him giving me an answer, but I can't remember.
I thought
the
it was
answer.
because he had the world lead or
Yeah,
something.
in the
that's what-
mile. But the thing is, he kept wearing it. Usually,
Even after he didn't.
he lost the world lead like pretty long ago.
Well, do you
kept
get it?
wearing
Like
it.
here, you had the world lead. This is yours now. Do whatever you want.
Well, it might be like he got it because he's got the world league going into Brie and he could wear it whenever he wants. Because I
Yeah.
know, like, for example, if you had the world championship kit, like Christian Coleman, and you didn't compete for like a while, you could still wear the world championship kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens in track because
Yeah.
things are more on the roads. Often it's kind of confusing. Track things are more predictable, or things make more sense.
I mean,
guess.
shout out to our kit. We actually have no kit. We're going naked. I
It's
thought,
been
you
before,
know,
you see.
you got to be natural about it, and we're going to go completely naked. So
Environmentally friendly.
yeah, and apparently it's going to bring attention to the sport, and people are going to go
Lot
and
of
watch it.
attention.
So
Hashtag good for the sport.
Hashtag good for the sport. Yeah.
It's good for the sport.
It is
But-
cool when there are jersey alterations based on like performances from something. Kind of like in cycling. If you're like,
Cycling does it the best.
if you're world champ, if you're a national champ, you get all these like
yeah.
stripes and
And there's a
anything
cool
like that would be
They're
super
cool because they have the opportunity to. They have all their sponsors and the base layer of their uniform. So when they wear the slightly different uniform, whether it's like the world champs jersey or a national jersey, they still have all their sponsors and the similar logos and stuff in it. So you can still tell that it's like it's the team one, but just slightly different, and you get to wear it for the whole year. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty sick. That'd be really. I mean, that does kind of happen in our sport, but it's not the same. So maybe
What-
one day.
Wasn't this like? I think the first. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but the first person that did that was Centro one year at Pre. When he wore the
Jordan kit?
Jordan one, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like that was actually kind of cool.
That was so
Class.
The
sick.
Jordan, it was like I think it was like pink and green or something. I don't know
Pink
what
and
it was.
yellowy green. I
Yeah,
think.
it was like kind of sick.
That was a
actually.
sweet little collaboration that they were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then they never did it again. So like I don't know if did you run bad? Like I don't know. You know, like
Possibly. But is there anything else from Boston, or is that it? Nice little recap. Nice weekend of running. Pretty cool to see the whole sport come together and, just focus on one race, and it's very exciting. But moving on from that, we have a topic that we know Ollie really wants to talk about. There was some news announced to the world yesterday. So for those who don't know, we're racing the Penn Relays next week, which shout out to us. Our next podcast will actually be at Penn. We're doing it like there, so that'll be really cool. But it's been publicized for 3 months, maybe longer. because On is a sponsor of it, and they wanted to set up this big 4x-mile, go for fast times, etc., make an exciting race. Unfortunately, the field isn't looking as good as it once looked, but yesterday it comes out that at the Oregon Relays, which I suppose must be this weekend, the Nike boys are putting together their own attempt at the world best or world record, whatever you want to call it, in the 4x-mile, and everyone was just roasting them on Twitter. And it's one of those things where you can kind of see it both ways, but everyone was just like, why the heck are you guys not racing at Penn against the On boys? Because that would be an absolutely amazing race. So, Ollie, do you want to give your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, first off, all the boys on that advertisement I love them all. They're really great guys. And I don't know, like, obviously there can be like a disconnect between the people posting that sort of stuff and the athletes. But really, it was fucking so stupid.
The Twitter post was annoying.
I lost brain cells. Like, I don't know what, like, when the whole time you have these guys and you have people coming through a generation that can really make a sport fundamentally better, and they are leaving it to go, you know what, fuck it, we're not going to race at Penn, we're not going to make things exciting, we're going to follow lights around a track, at our own track in Haywood, we're not going to leave anywhere, we're not going to have any sort of resilience to do anything other than just do a time trial like we always do at Haywood, super controlled. Like, that's the emotions I had, that's the thoughts that I had in my head. And you know what, like, the reaction when you see something like that, particularly in our position, is going to be like that. And then I was able to reassess. It's like, well, okay, like, you know, they might be doing a workout, they might be doing something else, this might be better for their schedule.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I know for a fact that Steve and others from On would reach out to these guys to try and get them at Penn.
We would absolutely love to have them there.
Yeah, and that would have been a great treat. Whether we win or lose against them, it makes people excited about the sport because they're either Cole Hocker, Cooper Teardrop fans, Matt Windsor fans, James West fans, or they're On fans. And, like, that's what you want in the sport. You want that collaboration of rivalry.
Yeah.
And they're literally letting it go for the easy route. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying that they have any control on it, because I really like them. And I think they are great individuals and great athletes and great people. But seeing that post, I lost brain cells. I got really angry. I almost punched a drywall because I thought, the amount of times that we've looked at things and like, this would be sick if we got everyone together, we'll do stuff, you know. You want to, like, have the rivalry, and they're literally just choosing to do a time trial at Haywood. They'll probably run fast. They probably will run a world best, not a world record, which is what they said, because they cannot run a world record. They have James West in their team, who is a British guy. The one thing I give credit to our people that endorsed our race is that they said world best, because we cannot break a world record.
True.
I was pretty annoyed about it,
Yeah.
but I also know that, like, there are all these other factors that I don't know about that made me readjust my head, but I was fucking pissed. And that's probably going to either make me run a 3:48 mile at Penn to make sure that we secure the bag, or it's just going to make me feel less, like, it's just going to make me feel more defeated about the sport, because I feel like no matter what we could do, like, I feel like we can't do anything.
Yeah.
We can't do anything to push
You
sport
can't
in a
force
way.
you can't force them to come race you.
You can't push the sport into a way in which there's a bit more head-to-head competition, a bit more rivalry. George, you probably fucking scared them off after Milrose, so we can't race them again. They're going to completely avoid us because you fucking embarrassed them at Milrose. So now we have to deal with this, where they're going to do their solo races at Haywood. The only time I get to race these guys is probably at Worlds. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, that's my reaction.
Man, you went
Damn
off
it,
way more than I thought you would. I knew that you were going to go off a bit, but...
No, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand why these two individuals particularly are big influences in our sport for a right reason. They earned their positions to be where they are. And I mean, it could be Oregon just setting that up, but I feel like they have power to say, hey, can we go to Penn? Can we, like, race these guys? This would be good for us, not just going for a really fast time, but also to learn, like, the tactics of other teams, other members, have fun, be a part of the sport where everyone's together. They're going to do a solo 4x-mile by themselves. And then the outlandish comment saying, we reached out to college and pro teams, no response, with a shushy face.
That was what Oregon track and field tweeted, which was by far the worst part of it, I think.
I
How smug their tweet
I'm
was.
actually very, very.
I was convinced it was a joke.
Yeah.
There's no way I thought that was serious.
I'm very proud to be a Badger because I know there's no way Wisconsin track and field would ever do something like that.
It's
That's
just
stupid.
it's objectively not good for the sport.
No,
Yeah.
hashtag not good for the
It
sport.
doesn't
That's the end
even-
of my rant.
There's
though.
no
It's a
argument
good rant.
about it.
That was solid.
It's a good rant.
Yeah.
Nah. So,
Again, nothing against the guys. I love them,
Yeah.
and I think they're great athletes. But I think that whole situation on Twitter, like, it just knocked me around, and I had to reassess. I'm like, well, calm down, Ollie.
We
It's fine.
proved at Millrose that the rivalry that we had was ultimately good for the sport.
Yeah,
Like,
whether
that
win
was
or
like
lose.
one of the biggest races of indoors, just because of the rivalry between like two Nike guys
And the wrong guy.
in their first pro race,
It's like,
getting huge hype. And actually, that was the time that they didn't time trial. That was pretty sweet. They showed up to a big race,
yeah.
a lot of hype.
And the way they responded after the race too was awesome. Like, Cooper and
Was.
Cole, I got a good head on their shoulders, and I think they learned a lot from that race. You learned a lot from that race. Win or lose, it's good for the spectator. It's good for the sport. It's good for the environment that people want to see. And now you have Penn relays, you have Oregon relays, you have two separate relay events, and you're not going to have any clash. You're just going to have two people doing time trials.
Wait, so is it just them then?
I mean, who else is going to go? No one's going
I
to Penn.
imagine no one is gonna be close to it. I imagine
Well, no,
the
I'm
other
just saying,
teams in
like,
the
is it
race-
just them?
I don't know actually. I'm
Maybe
sure
that's
there's
why
other
Newberry
teams-
Park dropped out.
I'm sure there's other
It could be
teams.
maybe they're an Oregon college.
Yeah,
team.
I'm sure there'll be other teams in it, but I doubt there's anyone that's
Yeah.
gonna be trying to run as quick as them. But yeah, I'm trying to think who to blame. I don't want to just like throw Ben. What's our nickname for Ben Thomas? Ben Thompson.
Ben Thompson. I don't think it's. I think.
I think it is. Well, so
I'm
I
prepared to put quite a lot of blame on him.
I reached out to Matt Wisner about it.
Great
saying,
guy.
like, saying- yeah,
Just had him on the pod.
yeah, we literally had him on last week. Like we actually love all these guys.
Yeah, they're
Wait, so
great guys.
Did he know about this last week? Because if not, that would have been a good
I'm
topic,
not sure.
talking point.
I don't
Sure.
know, he didn't
Maybe
mention
he knew it was in the works, but wasn't confirmed. Could
But-
have been that.
So the way he said it is pretty much that the boys are racing at that meet, and then they're like, "Hey, let's like do this other relay thing, which could be cool as a workout." And so it kind of just came together. Which clearly, I guess it didn't just come together if they've been, because Rich told us that they've been talking about it for like at least a month.
Because they reached out to Ritz, right?
Yeah, but it seems like it wasn't a massive deal for them. But then just the way it was put out by like the Oregon track and field page,
I think I have an
made it
issue with
seem
that.
like a really big deal. And actually, they did make that flyer thing for it and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So there
you
is
rip out the little.
there is like a
little
bunch of
things,
stuff that's being put behind it. So
No,
I guess it did become a big deal. But for the actual boys themselves, which yeah, we can't stress enough how much we love them. I don't think it's a massive deal. For
I think
them.
it's the Oregon Twitter.
Yeah.
Oregon Twitter and whoever's running that show.
That's who we're blaming.
Hashtag bad for sport. Blame that. Ben Thompson, I don't know his motives. I know
Ben
the boys.
What are your motives?
I know the boys are like. The boys at Oregon are cool.
Yeah, they're very cool.
I think they would rise to the challenge. Win or lose, if they beat us, we beat them. Like, it'd be good.
It'd be an amazing race.
Yeah.
What
But
could-
no,
what
it's
could
not
have
going to
been?
happen.
What could have
It's
been?
not going to happen. That dream has died, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll never see that happen. And you know what? We might not even do it again. We might just be like, that battle's over. Just time trials from now on until championship racing. So you can enjoy time trials from now on. No racing on the track. Just time trials.
Yeah, time trials are in. I mean, I feel like
They're pretty cool.
in the
right
Ben
now.
Thomas era, that's legitimately like
Well, not
what
just
they've
the Ben
just done.
Thompson area. The
Or
freaking,
Thompson, yeah, my bad.
Bauman area as well with
Well,
Jerry
just in
Shoemaker.
general, I think they were like even at Hayward, like during COVID, they were just time trialing
They
like
did do a
week
bunch of
after
time
week
trials.
after week,
and it worked out really.
and it worked
well
out
for
really
them.
well. They got really fast, and then I guess maybe Ben Thompson, just a big fan of the time trials, I guess.
This is
Yeah.
just like a fundamental topic that we probably always come back to every few episodes.
Oh, but the time trial stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
about trying to, and more just generally about trying to make the sport more entertaining and that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got Jerry Shoemaker, right, with Bauman.
Yes.
They do a lot of time trials, but they also give back a lot to the sport with getting people into these races running fast times. Because
They
people
do.
go into those races wanting to run fast,
They do a lot
and
for other
Shoemaker
people.
lets them in,
Yeah,
right?
They do.
Let's focus on the time trial part.
With the time trial
That's
part, then you have Ben Thompson doing the same thing, and these guys are amazing. Like they're the American
Literally,
sweethearts.
a bunch of the best runners in
coming
America.
through. The American sweethearts are going to be on, CB, like whatever. What's the main channel here in America? NBC, and
NBC.
they're going to be doing they have the American flag like wrapped around them and be excited for world, in Eugene home world championships. But you'll never see them like race in a championship race unless
You mean in a like
Before.
non-time trial race?
I feel like you won't see them unless they go to a Diamond League,
Yeah.
which hopefully they will. I could be wrong. Hopefully they do that and prove me wrong because that'd be great.
Yeah.
But it seems like now it's time trial. Okay, you're fit, you're ready to run a world championship race. But that's not how it works.
Yeah, it does seem like the current playbook for them is time trial, USA's, Worlds or Olympics, and then Diamond Leagues after if you want to.
Yeah,
If
you're
you're
not.
still- if you're still
If you
alive.
want to.
But you're not racing against any of these competitors.
It's the
You're not-
lowest priority. It's like the lowest priority thing.
You're
Which
not going to Diamond Leagues and losing because like going there and getting third or second, I didn't win, but you learn so much from racing against the competitors. You know how to race them. You learn a playbook.
yeah.
And now, I mean, imagine just having the Buccaneers or Tom Brady throwing amazing like 3 yardage, just with like I don't know, stand-in people because it's like a time trial event for them, just throwing like you know what I mean, like he threw like 3,000 yards or some shit.
Yeah,
That's great.
I
But
believe you.
he didn't
I believe
compete
you.
against a team that actually gives him pressure and does a different thing that he's not used to in a
I agree. I
competition setting.
think head-to-head and competition is the only way to make the stars and to make the storylines that make the sport super interesting.
Time trials are fun. Like it's cool to see people run fast, and I would also, if I wanted to run fast and go to a time trial, then that'd be good. But it can't be the 100% the playbook for them. They must be able to maybe 50-50 time trial, competitive racing.
I
Get
think
a bit of both.
I think what we're saying is that Jerry Shoemaker and Ben Thompson hashtag not as good for the sport as they could be.
Yeah, I mean, if they
Yeah.
if they got
But the-
50-50, those athletes would be freaking cool, man. They'd just do crazy shit.
It's just the way the sport is as well because they just don't have the incentives, you know.
Mm.
Which
That is partly the sport incentivizes the wrong things.
exactly. So
They
it's
can
a tough
punch me in
one.
the face. How about that?
What?
They get annoyed about me saying this. Like, if they do a championship race and they beat me in a race, they can punch me in the face.
Ooh,
And
you
for a
heard
week.
it. Wait, actually,
You guys can be in that too if you
Wait,
want.
do you mean it has to be in a?
So it's a championship race, no pacer, right?
But when you
not,
say
but
when
not
you-
worlds. Do you just mean a? Do
You
you
just
mean
mean a
like,
normal race?
Yeah.
Do you just mean a race without paces, or do you mean like literally the world final?
Okay, so there's a race like a Diamond League, right? And they go
so
into a
just a
Diamond
normal
League.
race.
so
Yeah.
like pre.
Yeah, they go into
Yeah,
pre.
they're probably
Cole
racing
Hawker,
pre.
Cole
They're
Hawker.
probably-
They're probably
I think
going
I'm
to
pretty
race.
sure
They
it's
would-
in their
they would
contract to
actually-
race it.
They probably have to race the Funaki.
Yeah.
They're probably running.
But say they run in pre, and there's not there's no. It's just more of a conflict, right? And they beat me, they can punch me in the face.
Okay, so
Right, that's it.
if,
That's it.
okay, so if you're
He's throwing out the gauntlet.
if your name is Cooper Tier or Cole Hawker.
No,
And-
Cooper Teardrop and Hulk Hawker can do it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
That's his nickname.
It's
for
the
them.
name.
Okay, I don't know. Anyways, so if you guys beat Ollie at pre, and I assume in whatever race you guys are gonna be in, you have the honor, the absolute privilege of laying a haymaker on that pretty little
Wait,
face.
what do you get out of this?
Well, I'm a big fan of self-loathing. So if I lost, then they would get a win-win. I'd get someone punch me in the
You just
face,
get
and
off.
they get the redemption of yeah.
What if they see your name on the list again, like at Millrose, get scared, decide to do the 3K again?
And then, but Jordy's
against,
there.
against yours truly.
Well, then
Jordy's there.
then they got to watch their back the last 20 minutes. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just love to see. I did love to see Hulk Hawker and Cooper Teardrop more in the racing schedule. I haven't seen them much.
Yeah.
Wait, what are your
I-
guys' nicknames for him?
Teardrop and
What do you mean?
Hulk Hogan.
Wait. What do you mean nicknames?
Or I mean, actual names.
Actual names.
Yeah,
It's
my
the
bad.
names, bro.
yeah. Well,
It's the
yeah. Who
names,
is this?
bro.
I'm not good with the coffee club lore. Like,
Well,
what's
you
Ben
should-
Thompson coaches Cooper Teardrop and Hulk Hocker.
Get it right. Come on, Carlos.
Yeah,
Get
all
your
right,
shit
I'll be
together.
better. I'll be better.
Get your shit together. Anything else that we want to say about that, or I feel like we said a lot.
No, we've said a lot, and also again, we're emphasizing we love these guys and they're great, but these are our opinions on
We're
like
just ranting.
we just want
ranting.
more excitement.
So
and I
everyone
think-
go boycott Oregon relays and
Come to pen.
come to Penn.
Seriously.
Or
I mean, people turned out for that 5K that they did, and there was like a good fan engagement there, which is good too. There's more people coming out to see
Yeah.
track and field. That's
Well, as
also
you
a
said,
win.
they're a couple of like the biggest.
Are the biggest names in American running right now.
Yeah.
Milderson's running.
Yeah.
Dixon's running.
So, yeah.
What are you laughing
I
at?
think we said our piece there. I think we did well.
I don't think I covered it enough. Let me
No.
go back. Let me go back to the start. No, I'm kidding.
All right, but so moving on from that, we don't really have any other big topics to talk about, but we do have a bunch of Q&A that we want to work through, and these are more quicker Q&A questions, more roundtable, fun discussion stuff. We have Carlos here, so we'll have some fun with them. So thank you again to everyone who sent all the Q&A in a few weeks ago. We we have a lot of questions to go through, but we'll just start off with Mr. Peterson and who would win in a beer mile and time predictions.
Morgan would lose.
I would definitely lose.
Morgan would definitely lose.
I've tried to do a beer mile one time in my life and I gave up on the second lap.
I think George or Carlos.
I feel like Ollie.
No.
I feel
I
like
feel like Ollie.
I was just out here being humble.
No, I know. I mainly because like I know beer is completely different than like a big ass burrito, but I've seen this man scarf down a spicy big ass burrito and like 3 hours later run 356 here in Boulder. So
Yeah.
like his stomach can handle anything.
And
I feel
imagine
like.
if Ollie had recently gone through a breakup or something.
Oh my
similar.
god, bro.
Like, the angst helps Ollie really well in normal races, but I think in a beer mile especially because I think it helps.
You're getting your feels. when
It
you
helps. Just a little tidbit about Ollie. He drinks more beer when he's sad.
Oh yeah.
So if he was in the right.
Oh,
the
red
right
wine too.
personality. Yeah.
Red wine, I think, is the most. I remember I got broken up. Oh, I think I had something going on, and I went and sat. It was like minus like 20 degrees in Madison. I had a jumper on. I grabbed a bottle of wine from Trader Joe's. I went and sat on the couch out in the front of the porch and sculled it all in like 5 minutes.
Sounds about right.
Cried, and then I went to bed. And then the next morning, I felt great.
Wait, what about remember that one time I bought a 6-pack of beers? I was really excited to have one, and then something happened with Ollie's loved one. Yeah, they were gone like a couple hours later.
And then about 2 days after that, he ran 351.
Yeah, and then he ran 351 at free like a couple days later.
Wouldn't lie.
No comment. I think I still owe Carlos a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Although I think
Yeah, I think-
everything I've owed in alcohol, I feel like I paid back for the gala.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
I think
That gala was. Oh, dude, do you want to get back to the gala? Let's talk about.
Dude,
How about-
Ollie has to get in a beer mile because he would just run.
How about a time prediction? What's the world record?
It's crazy.
Can you drink
420
Peronis?
something?
You can drink.
It has
I
to
don't know.
be in a bottle.
But like a Peroni bottle, I could
Yeah,
drink.
I think so.
I could
There's a
see.
certain percentage it has to
Do you
be.
wanna-
That probably is it.
Why don't we do a? I don't. But this is speculative because we're obviously in the pod, but things are coming to my head. Why don't we at the end of the season we could film
That'd be amazing.
a coffee club beer mile?
We'll have to go down to sea
Yeah,
level
that
for
would
it
be
though.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I think Ollie could break 5.
Well, I think the world record is under 5 minutes.
I think it's 420 something.
Dude, it's disgusting.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
People
think-
train for it.
I think
But wait, it's
Ollie
Corey
could do it.
Dalmore, right? He
Yeah.
ran. I'm pretty sure he ran the BAA road mile.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Ollie
No
could break
beer.
the world record. I have faith.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
If he trained for it, I would believe
Just
that.
got to get the chugging a little bit better, but
I mean,
I think
I would
you can do
100% be down. We could do a coffee club beer mile.
Actually,
And,
wait, yeah, you are pretty bad at chugging if I remember correctly. Remember we were playing horse and I did the whole shotgun the LaCroix and he couldn't do it?
Yeah, but it was a LaCroix.
LaCroix is extremely
It was
hard
the,
to
the
shotgun.
shot, yeah.
Did you know that after this is such a random fact that came into my head? I was watching the mile from the Boston Marathon thing, and Johnny Gregorak, he has all these accolades, and the way that they describe him, I think they said he's a local, and they didn't say like world champs. They said world record holder in the blue jeans mile. that's what they said.
dope. That's
That is
dope.
pretty sweet.
So that could be you. They could be like
Yeah.
beer mile world record holder. That'd be pretty
Lining up in
legit.
the Olympics.
Yeah.
You're actually also the beer mile.
Oh,
record
dude,
holder.
I'd love to get to the world final, and that would just be the comment under it. Like, you know how they have like
Yeah.
notable things, it's beer mile. But
Hey, that's
no, we
something
could
people
give it a
can-
crack, see how it goes. Not
Yeah.
promising anything, but it'd be fun.
Yeah. So
Ollie's taking dub. I
and ran really quick.
don't know.
I feel like we duke it out. Oh, okay, it depends. Is
wouldn't
it
back myself.
current shape or like do we get out of shape for it and then we go at it?
We'll be
Because I
fine.
feel like if we're all out of shape, I don't know. I wouldn't bet against myself.
That's fair. Just level the playing field.
Yeah,
no
literally.
training allowed.
No training allowed.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'd love to see I'd love to see a Carlos George kick down last 200 meters,
Beer
and then you just
mile?
see them just yak.
Wait, have you guys tried to do one before?
I've never done one.
I've never done one.
It's
no.
a very different. It's just
Sensation,
really hard.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
It's really hard, and
No, they-
also I'm just a pussy. So
They started this tradition at the last few years. The people on the team that don't go to NCAA's, the night before cross, I'm talking about, they do a Mike's Hard Mile.
that sounds fun.
That's
and
funny.
I didn't
That'd be a lot
realize
easier. I
What about the
think.
sugar
like
content?
Mike's Hard lemonade, but then it took me like a couple of years to realize it wasn't Mike's Hard as like Mike Smith,
Shout out
like
to Mike
Mike's
Smith.
Hard
Yeah,
Mile.
yeah.
It's perfect.
It took me a while to realize that.
Thank
get
God,
sponsored.
thank God Mike Smith got mentioned in the pod. I was like worried he wasn't going to
Yeah.
this week.
He snuck
I
it
was
in.
really worried he wasn't going
Snuck
to
in
mention
there.
this week. But what about the sugar content? Because that must not be good.
It is
Well, they're not
pretty-
even. Are they even carbonated? It's probably really easy. I don't even know if they actually always use Mike's
have
Hard.
to
I think
be-
they just call it the Mike's Hard Mile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well,
so I was always across. So
Oh, I feel
I
like
didn't participate.
lemonade too. Oh.
I think it'd be easier than beer though, man.
Wait, are
think
you
it's-
kidding me? Like, it's all acidic and stuff. That would be terrible.
Is
It's like
beer
drinking
not
apple
acidic?
juice and then going out and running.
yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
not carbonated.
Oh, I guess that's true.
The carbonated thing would.
That's like the
Is
hard
it
tough
not
thing.
carbon? I can't
don't think
remember.
so.
I think it might be, but maybe not. Oh well,
All right.
we'll have to try it
Mike
out
Smith
one
goes
day.
mention.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Daddy Smith.
This one we probably should have said at the Boston Marathon talk, but if you had to run a marathon tomorrow, what time would you run from Jacob?
Ooh, that would be tough.
I think I could break 2:35. I think 2:30.
Does my foot not hurt?
No, it hurts.
It
It
hurts.
hurts?
It hurts.
Oh my
You go
God.
up Hackberg Hill, and then the last section of it, it hurts.
So currently, okay, so
Downhill.
my foot, all right, I'm off to a great start right at up to 3 miles, I'm feeling great. My foot starts to hurt right around mile 5, and I have to deal with that for the next
You have to
21
win.
miles. Oh my God. I probably, dude, I don't even know. What's a good, like,
I think you could break 3 hours.
What pace is 3 hours?
It's a great question. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
I think
Is
I
it, is it under 6 minutes?
Don't know.
well, it depends, because, like, I feel like my foot pain, like, gets, like, worse and worse and worse. Like,
So
the
it's like
more
an
I run.
accumulation.
Yeah,
going
so I
on.
feel like by mile 20 something, I probably wouldn't be able to walk. But like if I could walk it in,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
For context,
Around 3 hours.
my mom's marathon PB is 3:0 something. And she ran that when she was like 50 something.
Okay, if my life depended on it, I can break 3 hours. Like if I didn't
Good
care
answer.
about walking the next day, 3 hours.
Okay.
Or ever again?
Or ever. Okay, I think I can run a little faster than 3 hours.
I think you could.
If it's is it sea level?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, sub 3 for sure.
You boys?
Ollie could probably get around 2:10 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think let's be. I'd say under 220 because I don't know how to like. These boys know me pretty well. I don't know how to pace things. Like I'll go too hard and then die usually. So I feel like with a marathon, I don't know how to pace myself for that. So I'd say if I can get under 220, it'd be a good day. Because I'm not trained for it, and I don't think.
Wait, wouldn't you just go with the pack though? Like
I would, but again, like I don't train.
He'd
Like,
go,
I used to
he'd
be
go
there.
with the quick pack. He'd go with like the
Yeah.
Elliot Kipchoge pack.
I'd be with Kipchoge looking at him going, when are you going to kick
that's
me?
what I'm saying though. But he died at like 210.
Yeah.
He probably goes.
Oh,
out
I mean,
61.
unless he dies like the way he died in LA, then he dies to like 230.
What happened
you know,
in
like,
LA?
I remember when I was running with.
He was about to break. He was about to run
Yeah.
13 flat and actually ran like 13:20 something.
Jerry Shoemaker was telling Dathan, like, if Ollie wants to go, he should go now. And then I ran a 220 last 800.
And then you win.
And then I went backwards.
And
yeah.
he went backwards.
I went
If Ollie
backwards.
wants to go, he should go now. All right.
Say less.
Just swimming. I'd go under 220. Under 220 would
You
be a
definitely could do that.
safe pick for me. Like like if I had to do it, I think I could do that.
I already said mine.
You say 235? Under
Under
230?
235. I could break 235.
What about you, George?
Right
I
now?
could, I
You've
could
never
get the
run
women's USA Olympic trial standard.
You've never run
really,
longer than
even how you feel
15,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel good at 15. Sometimes
You do.
I'm
No,
like,
you
I
look
don't
great.
wanna
You look
keep
great
running.
all the time. So I don't fucking know. But what I'm saying is like that would be running the most you've ever run at one time, right?
I'm
that'd
sure
be the
that would
same
be
for
for
all of
all
us.
of us.
Okay, yeah.
None of us who run a
But like
marathon.
by a drastic amount. Like I've been close to 20
Yeah,
miles,
that's true.
whereas you've been the highest you go is 15 for one run. So what do you think?
15 felt pretty good yesterday.
Yeah,
I reckon I could
Yeah.
run. I don't know. Actually.
under 220. I'd say you'd be the same as me.
217.
I think under 220 for sure.
Yeah.
No, how exciting would it be if me and George were under 220, but George comes with 400 to go, and I'm like reeling in.
I do what?
You're coming with 400 to go.
Why is he coming?
He's coming hard too. Like he's really
He's running
coming
behind
hard.
him.
He's coming hard, and I'm like just looking back at him, just going, George, please. He's just coming hard home.
Shush.
400 is out.
Alright,
Stop talking.
All right, let's move on.
What
Next
if I
one.
can still have like textbook George type actions at the end of a marathon?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
I think you would.
You'd be reeling me in, 400 to go, and I'd be
If I
like,
have these shoes, yeah, all right, 220.
Shout out to the On Shoes. Sweet. This one's from Jake. This one is maybe going to be hard for us. What do y'all think you're collectively best at that isn't running? So we've got to think of the collective
Collective.
because there's not really anything that springs to mind.
We're all pretty
You couldn't
different.
say video games because I'm really letting the team down. here.
Yeah,
I would say,
but we're not that good at video games though. Like that's the
Hey,
thing.
speak
Like
for yourself.
What about board games? What about board games?
I don't
No.
know if we're good at those.
No.
Yeah.
Morgan
it's
is.
All, it's all relative. It's
Morgan
all
is.
relative.
Basketball? But
No.
So you're bad at everything.
We're not. We're like individually we're good, but there's always like one weak link.
What
in,
about
like everything?
What about drinking?
I'm a weakling.
No, this
Oh,
man.
yeah.
This man literally will drink 2 drinks and is like.
What about Oh, what about
Maybe-
banter? Banter in general. I feel like we're pretty good at shooting the shit.
The
and
word
talking shit.
banter
Yeah, but that's
is
not.
cancelled on this
That's not.
podcast.
I know it's cancelled. But
Yeah.
talking shit.
Maybe eating food.
We're pretty good at eating.
Yeah. We.
What about? I mean, like Carl's is a decent cook. What about cooking?
Cooking or eating. That's where my head is going because I'm trying to think of what we do collectively.
Because you've cooked
that
some
isn't
cool.
running.
He's cooked some cool
I can
meals
cook.
for
I
us.
can cook Mexican food for
Yeah.
sure, but.
So I think cooking
Yeah.
collectively, I think we're good at.
I think cooking's a nice wholesome answer.
Yeah, nice wholesome answer.
Damn, we're so soft.
Like, what is like what could be an option if we were cool?
Mario Golf.
We were pretty good.
Wii
Oh,
golf.
I was not.
Wii golf.
I was. I was.
Oh yeah, you were
Yeah.
so bad.
We were pretty good at
Yeah.
Wii golf. And Ollie a little bit.
I had my
Morgan
moments.
was
I had my moments.
Morgan.
It was like regular golf. Like I can't play golf because I get so tired when I play and hungry, and the same thing would happen in Wii golf. I would just be worn out.
I mean, yeah, Morgan like having to walk to the next tee in Wii golf. It's tough.
I just couldn't do it. So
I mean, we would play that and we wouldn't have a couch.
yeah.
We would
Oh, yeah.
we would sit on the rollers. So
Good
it actually
old
was
days.
harder because you'd have to like stand up
Yeah.
from the ground.
All right, that was a good one. The final one, which we'll take today, which actually comes from Zach Snyder, our
Really?
other roommate, who's currently at school. What is the most powerful animal Ollie thinks he can beat in a fist fight?
The most powerful animal.
I know Snyder's not listening right now, but fuck you. I think I could take on. I don't know if I could take on Gus. He's been.
Gus
hitting
could
me.
take a lot of hits.
Yeah, I think I'd get worn out.
Yeah.
The most powerful animal.
I don't even know where you start with that question.
I would say.
I think you have to start from the bottom up,
And then
like
real
kinda,
animals, or can we include like mythical ones?
Why not?
Well,
Dude, most
mythical
mythical
ones
ones
will
just
rinse
fuck
you.
me up, yeah.
Yeah, okay, true.
I
I was thinking more like Fantastic Beasts. I went to that.
of course you did, nerd.
I mean, I was gonna say that's facts. I was like, bro, like I don't know.
No, I the platypus one.
Okay, do you think that you could beat a deer in a fist fight?
I literally was just thinking.
with the antlers?
yeah.
No.
no antlers.
What about
No antlers? That would be an interesting fight.
a tough one would be a kangaroo.
I was about to say kangaroo.
What about wombat?
Wombat would be easy.
wombat? You
They're not gonna punch you.
Wombats are freaking sturdy, bro.
Wait, what are Oh, I
It's
really
fair.
when I thought of wombats, I actually thought of a bat. I was like, yeah, good luck trying to fight it in the air.
What about coyote?
I think you could.
No, you could beat
one.
the shit out of a coyote.
Yeah, you could. They're pretty
They're like
small.
tiny.
Bobcat?
Maybe.
Probably not.
Bobcats are tiny.
All right, let's
They're
let's
like-
do the hard ones.
Well,
What,
the
what about a
question
mountain
is-
lion? If I'm like
No,
my
you're-
life depends on it.
No, you die.
You're losing that.
You lose that.
That dude killed a wombat. I mean,
Yeah, you didn't know there's wombats around
that
here.
dude killed a mountain lion up in
Did
the
he really?
a couple of years ago.
Okay, does he have
Like,
no
attacked him and
fist
he-
fight though?
Yeah, that's what you're
Oh,
gonna bring up.
true.
It is a fist fight, so they
So
probably
no,
can't
no,
bite.
no wrestling.
Yeah.
And they probably
No. You can wrestle. That is
No.
a fist fight.
But you just can't bite. I
You
don't
just
think.
no. You can bite whatever. You literally just no weapons.
Okay.
You can't use rocks. Literally just straight up just knuckles.
I would say let's leave it at
Somewhere in between bobcat and mountain lion.
What about a horse? If I don't go behind it,
Nah, dude.
Dude,
The
your
horse
horse
is
will
powerful.
lose in there.
Rinse you.
They just gotta kick you one time.
I just got to take out its knee and then it's gone.
A cow.
That's true. I don't know how
That's
you would take
typical.
that.
Yeah, cow,
Sheep.
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 A goat.
I mean, I
You
get
could
too
do a sheep.
romantically involved with the sheep. I think I have. No, I honestly, I think
A slightly bigger bobcat.
let's stay at coyote and bobcat.
Dude,
I feel
coyote,
like-
you'd beat the shit out of coyote. Like they're literally tiny and they're
Well,
like
then,
skinny.
then
as hell.
give me an animal that we think I could potentially have a good fight with. That
Yeah, we think
A
bobcat.
s-
Okay.
like a bigger bobcat.
Okay, well that's like a mountain lion. Isn't
No,
it?
no. Mountain lions are like as long as this goddamn table. Like they're fucking massive.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
have they?
huge.
But bobcats are probably like this big. And big ones are probably this tall.
the thing is with
Maybe
a mountain
because they were
lion-
all over the house. Like I'm like the part of Arizona I'm from, mountainous. You'd see like a bobcat out in the yard, and
Really?
you just keep the dogs inside.
But I'm
yeah,
like-
they're like
I'll be jacked up on
Black
Mountain
bear?
Dew. So.
Yeah, I would.
no, you get
Black
rinsed.
bear?
You
I
get
felt
rinsed by a
bear.
black bear.
That'd be crazy.
Because black bears are like the smaller ones, but
But
Yeah,
still, they're
always-
like
I just don't think you could do any damage with
Just
your
give me
fist to a
just
bear.
give me enough
Yeah.
Mountain Dew and we'll
his
do it.
claws. His claws. He'd swipe once, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
alright, no bears,
like
no
there's a
lions.
bobcat.
Bobcat is the
What
answer.
do we say on deer? I feel like deer is more powerful than bobcat.
I'll take on a deer then.
I think it could beat a deer, because it's just different.
Well, you just have to hold the antlers.
Yeah,
Like if you like, that's about it. You have to watch out for the antlers.
because you could punch a deer in the face and probably do some good damage.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you hold
What
the
about a
antlers, you
kangaroo?
can literally just.
Kangaroo, man, they're built to box.
My mate got his hip fractured from a kangaroo, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, and he's pretty fucking built.
Yeah,
So
they're powerful. The muscly ones, the red kangaroos.
I could take on a grey kangaroo, but the red kangaroo could fuck me up probably.
Yeah, you could beat a wallaby.
A wallaby, I could kick one of those.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you to Snice for that great question. We'll have to see what he had in mind later today when he gets home, because I'm sure he had something in mind when he wrote that question.
100%. Stunner will be all over it.
Yeah, but that's the end of our Q&A. I think that's it for today. Anything else we want to talk about? No? Carlos, thank you very much for coming on today. I think
Yeah,
everyone's
thank
gonna-
you for dragging me on here
Yeah,
again.
we had to force Carlos to come on just so everyone knows. But
He's
Yeah.
literally chained to the chair.
In return, we'll have to watch all of Suns game 2 tonight.
Yeah.
It's tonight.
Yes, tonight.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Suns in
sure.
4, baby.
Suns and 4.
Yeah, shout
Wait,
out to
what
the
was that
Suns.
great quote you said
Oh,
earlier
yeah.
today?
If you can't, if you didn't want me at Suns in 9, then you can't have me at Suns in 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's our house motto for today. But yeah, thank you to everyone for listening. That's episode 31. See you guys next time.